Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the story of the legend of Robin Hood. Come, let's go to the story. Many of us would have definitely read this song. In this auspicious isle, I think there is not one, but he of Robin Hood hath heard and little John. Meaning that in this world, every one of us would have definitely heard about Robin Hood and his little John. And to the end of time, the tales shall never be done of Scarluck, George a Green, and Much the miller's son, of Tuck the merry friar, which many a sermon made. And it is saying that till the world ends, we are very sure that the stories of Robin Hood will live forever, and we'll keep on hearing about in praise of Robin Hood, his outlaws and their trade. So we will keep on hearing about Robin Hood and about his friends who were with him and about what they were doing. So the story of Robin Hood will be there as far as the world is there. That is the meaning of this song. And this Robin Hood was born in Locksley, which is in Nottingham, and he was born during the time of King Henry II, somewhere around 1160. And he is said to be born to a noble family, and his real name was Robert Fitzooth, but he was lovingly called by everyone as Robin Hood. Some say that he was even the Earl of Huntingdon, but many say that it is only a story and it was not really, he was not the Earl in any place. And when he was very young itself, he lived a very wild and extravagant life. He spent a lot, and that made him to lose all his money which his ancestors have left for him. And not having money, he kept borrowing from others, and since he was not able to repay it, they went and complained in the court, and therefore he was punished by law for debt. In order to escape the punishment, he went and took refuge in the forest. And what he did in the forest is he started robbing the people who were going across, passing the forest, and mainly he was occupying the forest, that he was not staying in one forest, he was shifting from one forest to another. That is, he was in Barnsdale in Yorkshire, Sherwood in Nottinghamshire, and Plumpton Park in Cumberland. And therefore, they were not able to catch him at all because he will be shifting his location continuously. And what he used to do is, whatever money he was robbing from these rich people, he also had the tendency of helping the poor people. So he was distributing the money to all the needy, and this attracted many people. And so many people who were like him, they came and joined him, and they obeyed him as though he was their chief. And for many years, he was like a king to all of them. And this made the kings, judges, and the magistrates tried to catch him and punish him, because he was actually robbing the rich people who were very close to the king and the royal people. And actually what he was doing is wrong according to the law. But the people loved him because with that money he was helping the needy. And so what happened is, in order to capture him, they announced that whoever catches him dead or alive, they will be given a huge reward. But no one was coming forward to catch him dead or alive. But what happened one day is, that is when he was about 87 years old, he was in a fight and he got wounded severely, and it was his little John who helped him to escape from that place. And he came there, and he understood that now he is aged and he was also wounded. So he told to John that he will go to his cousin who's a nun in the abyss, and these nuns were skilled in surgery. So he said he will go to Kirkley Hall where his cousin is there, and he was very sure that she will treat him and he will become well again and he will join them later on. So he went to Kirkley, and when he went there itself, he became very weak and he knew that all his strength was leaving him, and he knocked at the door, and his cousin only opened the door, and when she saw Robin Hood there, she was so happy. She welcomed him and she took him to a room which was in the upper floor, and she made him to lie down in the bed, and in order to give him the treatment, she made him to bleed, that is to remove the poisonous blood from the body. They will usually make a small cut in the vein, remove the excess blood, and then they will give the treatment. But what she did was, after cutting the vein and making the blood to flow from his body, she did not tie the vein back to stop the flow of the blood, and his blood was leaving from the body and his life also was leaving him. And he found this out, that he was bleeding to death, and he wanted to escape from the place. But only then he knew that she had locked the door outside and he was caught inside. And the window which was in his room was also very high, so he was not able to leap on that and jump out. And knowing that he is going to die, he reached for the buglehorn which was in his bed and he blew it. He was very weak, but he gathered all his strength and he blew 3 times. Little John heard the blow and he understood that Robin is nearing his death because the blast was very, very weak, and that was not the usual blast sound which Robin Hood makes. So he ran to Kirkley Hall, and when he came to Kirkley Hall, he found that the door of the hall locked. Anyone else in his place would have left the place thinking that no one is inside. But he knew very well that Robin Hood had told John that he is going to Kirkley Hall. So he broke the door and he entered and he found Robin Hood on the upper floor. And when he came to his room, he found that Robin Hood was in a pool of blood. And seeing that, he fell on his knees and he begged him. He said, "I want to burn this hall and I want to burn all the nunneries." But Robin Hood said, "No, I will not allow you to do it, because all my life I have never hurt any women. Why? I have never hurt the men also who came with women. I have never robbed men who come with women also. And I will not do that when I am dying. So just give me one of my long bows. And I am going to allow an arrow to fly from that bow. And wherever that arrow is going to go and fall, bury me there. And make my grave long and broad so that I will rest very easily. And for my head, give me a green sword." Sword means a grass cut with a soil, so that his head can rest very softly like a pillow. "And keep my bow by my side." And these were the words of Robin Hood before he could die. And Little John promised him, and Robin Hood was very pleased by that. And the same way, after his death, Robin Hood was buried, and he shot an arrow from his Kirkley Hall, and he was buried in the place where the arrow fell. And this happened on 18th November 1247. And that was the 31st year of King Henry III. And Robin Hood was also 87 years old at that time. And he was buried in a place where the arrow fell, and a stone was placed on his grave with inscription, so that people will know exactly where Robin Hood was buried. And some say that Robin Hood did not live during Richard I's time itself, but some still prefer to believe that Robin Hood is alive somewhere in the Sherwood Hall, and he is still helping the poor people. And there are rumors that Robin Hood was seen here and there, and there are so many legendary stories about Robin Hood, which we shall see in the future videos. I hope this story is very interesting. And if you have anything more to add on to this, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. And while subscribing, don't forget to press the bell button. Only then you will get the notification of all my videos when I post them. Thank you.